Hey, what is going on, everybody? You are back with TheReal PG for another NBA player prop video for today, December the 6th. Before we get into today's video, if I could please ask you guys to smash that like button. We're looking for upwards of 50 likes on today's video. Let's see if we can make it happen. If you have not yet got subscribed to the channel, make sure to get subscribed and to hit that bell button so you're getting the most up-to-date information on player injuries, player line movement, and anything else in regards to today's games. And last but not least, make sure to check out the 3 links in the description section below. The first is to the free Discord, which is basically the heart and soul of this community. It's about 700 people deep, extension of the YouTube page. Over there, people are talking 24 hours a day, NBA, NFL, NHL, Prizepicks, Thrive, you name it. Definitely something that offers a lot of value for free. Check it out. Next link is going to be for my paid Patreon. There's 2 tiers, a base tier and an all-access VIP tier. If you check out the testimonial section over on the free Discord, it is solely in regards to the Patreon. Last night we went 17-3 on 20 NBA picks. We have won every single day of December with over 80% win rates. So definitely something to come check out. Lots and lots of value to be had here, guys. If you're not sure that you want to pay for the top tier, you don't think it's worth it, well, right now the third link is going to be incredibly important to you. If you head over to Thrive Fantasy, you are able to get my top tier Patreon for free until the end of 2022. All you need to do is head over to Thrive, sign up as a new user with my promo code, capital letters PG. Next, you're going to make a deposit of $10 minimum. You can deposit as much as you would like. They will match 100% up to $100, meaning if you deposit 10, you'd get 10 for free. If you deposit 50, you'd get 50 for free, and so on all the way up to 100. And last but not least, you just need to make one paid play. Any play, whether it is in the contest lobby or the prop lobby, it makes no difference. After you've done those 3 things, just head over to the Discord, send me a message saying, hey man, I've taken care of the Thrive requirements, and I will get you verified and get you into the Patreon. From there, you will be able to have access to all of the Patreon plays, backtracking all the way through as far back as you'd like to see. You will have access to the VIP chat, all for free, thanks to Thrive Fantasy and the members of this community for making this all possible. Also, if you sign up today, December the 6th, on Thrive, you will get a bonus $5 to play with if you sign up and just email them at admin@thrivefantasy.com, letting them know you signed up with my code PG and you would like to claim your bonus. Alright, with that being said, guys, let's head on to the plays. We're going to start off at Thrive Fantasy today, where I've got 2 plays for you. First one is going to be Donovan Mitchell. Let's scroll down so we can find him. They did bump it to 31.5. It initially was 30.5, but they did bump his points up to 1 from 26.5 to 27.5 on the books. So, I don't love it as much anymore, but I do still like the play. 31.5 points and assists. If we look at Donovan's matchup today, you take a look at the shooting guard versus LA for points. Bang, number 2, giving up 25.38 points on average per game. After that, he only needs a couple assists, assuming he clears his 27.5 point line. Let's take a look over on the Sportsbook and see what they have Mitchell at. Since the points have changed, the projections have changed, so I don't know what the line is going to look like. Okay, so at 26.5, they have the old line still. They have bumped it to 27.5 on most sites. It is a minus 144. So it's lost a little bit of value with the 1 point bump, but then you've got his assist juiced at minus 136 to the over 4.5. So they're basically crediting him for 5 assists according to the line and 27 points, giving you a 32 total. We're looking for over 31.5. That is basically getting you there if he hits the minimum requirement based on the lines. You could also look at his points plus rebounds line, as the rebounds are juiced at minus 172 to the over 3.5. I don't hate either of these lines, but with the bump unfortunately, the value isn't quite as great. Let me make sure he does still have that line available. Right here, points plus rebounds at 30.5. You could take that as well for an over if you prefer that. Next, we are going to look at LeBron James in a little revenge narrative. I do like LeBron for 7.5 or more boards today. Let's take a look at LeBron's matchup and LeBron's book numbers. So let's scroll down to James, and if we take a peek at his rebounds, they have also moved a little bit since this morning when I put out my original picks. So we are currently sitting at a minus 124 line over 7.5 rebounds, minus 107 to the under. So the value is not quite what it was. We were closer to about a minus 140 this morning. So again, this is something you may want to reconsider and look a little deeper into. Let's take a look at LeBron's matchup. So we got the power forward versus the Cavs, and we're looking at rebounds. Let's see where they come in. So they're about a top 15 matchup, giving up on average 9.42 boards to the power forward. LeBron is not average. LeBron is not anything like that. So given those numbers and the amount of minutes LeBron plays and the fact that this is a revenge narrative game, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to definitely take that over despite the value of the line going down. So those are two plays I do like. Well, three technically. You can take your pick which Mitchell play you like most. They will continue to populate the slate as the day goes on, but these were the two picks that I did find about 2 hours ago when I initially put this together. So that's what I've got for you on Thrive today, guys. Let's take a look over at Prizepicks now. So the taco that's up right now is an NHL taco, but you should be taking it to the over. We can quickly look it up. I am a Florida Panther fan and living in Florida now, so definitely been doing my homework on these guys, and they are amazing. And let's take a look at the matchup here. All right, Matthew. Okay, so he is a minus 140 to the over at 3.5. Now we only need over 2.5. So this is about as close to a lock as you're going to get, and we all know there are no locks in gambling. But come on, guys. Let's keep it real. This line in a matchup versus Winnipeg, he's cleared it in 4 of the last 5, and 2 of which have been more difficult matchups if you look. We're not going to look because this is an NBA video, though. Just wanted to make sure everybody does know this is a good taco to take the over on. All right, so unfortunately, they have bumped one of the plays I wanted to give you. Well, they bumped both of the plays I was going to give you. Donovan Mitchell points, Tyler Hero rebounds. In the last half hour, both one was bumped, and then Jimmy Butler was ruled out, therefore bumping up Hero. So let's take a look at where Hero's at. Oh my goodness, they bumped him to 6.5 now. Oh Lord, he was 5.5. Unfortunately, when I put my Patreon lineup in, it was a 6-man, and I got nervous about the 6-man and wanted to switch him out for the taco. Canceled, and in that amount of time, Hero left the board and Donovan Mitchell got bumped to point. So I lost my, basically, the 6-man I liked. So at this line, you no longer can take it. I'm sorry, that's just too bumped, even against Detroit. Look at the spot he had, too. This is really unfortunate that the news was ruled out literally 20 minutes prior to me making the video. Shooting guards versus Detroit, rebounds. Number 2 matchup, giving up 7.6 a game. At 5.5, that was such a steal. At 6.5, the value really isn't there anymore. We can take a look at the books and see if we can somehow talk ourselves into this, not even talk ourselves into it being a good play, but still being able to justify this being a good play. Let's take a look here. Oh, that really is unfortunate, man. That was a really good play. So if we scroll down to hero, man, that sucks. So at 6.5 boards, minus 101 to the over, plus minus 132 to the under. It's not even a good play anymore. Ruined. Thanks, Jimmy. Ruined. All right, we're going to skip hero. That is a no-go. Cannot play that. So, let's see if we can still... Well, we looked at Mitchell. He was minus 144 at 26.5. I don't really like it at 27.5 now. Sorry. And again, unfortunate because he has the second best matchup. The Lakers are giving up 25.3 points a game to the shooting guard. But I can't take it with the bump. So, given that, let's take a look at Jamal Murray, I guess. He would kind of be something in the next runner-up area. I like his points plus assist look at 24.5. Let's take a look at Jamal Murray on the books. So the only thing I don't like about this matchup is they're playing Dallas. Dallas is the slowest paced team, so that means less shots, less rebounds, less assists, less everything. But Jamal Murray is probably the best value that I can really find on the spot here. So his assists are minus 144 to the over 4.5, so we can count him for 5 assists probably. His points are minus 119 over 19.5. The matchup is good. Let's take a look. So we got the point guard. They're playing Dallas. We got point guard versus Dallas let's take a look at assist first. See how it is. So it's a middle-of-the-road matchup, giving up 7.75 on average. So with Jamal Murray's minutes, he's probably right in that 5 wheelhouse. Let's take a look at the points for Dallas for point guard. Same thing, middle-of-the-road matchup, giving up 22.5 a game on average. But if we look at Murray's last 5, he has had some games that are more difficult, some less difficult matchups, and he has been right in that 19 to 22 range on consistency. So I really don't mind taking the play. I don't want to take strictly points because the value isn't there. The value is in the assist. So even though it is over 4.5 at minus 144, so if you assume him for 5, the value is even. But if you assume him to hit a 6th, which is possible, let's take a look at his game log real quick. Jamal Murray, and see how many assists he's been having per game, because Prizepicks will not show us. So Jamal Murray, 5 and 7. A standout outlier game with 2, 5, 9, 8, 6. So in his last 7 games, he's gone over 5 times. So there is some value on the points plus assist line. So if I had to take a play right now, it would be Jamal Murray because, like I said, the 2 plays I came prepared to give you were bumped within minutes of me coming on the air. So we're going to look at this taco. We're going to look at Jamal Murray's projected points plus assist. And then I do like the line for Jokic today, but I'm going to show you what scares me about Jokic. And again, a little bit of it is the matchup and the speed of the matchup. But his points are going up considerably. They were at a minus 135 this morning. Now they're at a minus 147 over 24.5. So there's some amazing value there, right? So let's take a look at Jokic. And I want to show you still what makes me nervous. So Jokic is hitting these points. 3 of the last 5, he's basically been there. The 2 games that he didn't, he was at 17 and 19. Look at the matchup Jokic has. This is why I'm not really understanding this line. If we take a look at centers and their points versus the Mavericks, they have the dead worst matchup at 15.3 points per game. The very last. So I don't understand why the juice is so high on the points. So that's kind of a caution, but the value is perceived to be there today. I'm not going to make this official, but it's something you can look further into and do some more research on. Maybe check how he's played against Dallas in the past. Again, I wasn't prepared to give this play, so I'm sorry that I have minimal info on it at this point. Last play we're going to look at, though, that I do still feel pretty good about is Luka. Their pace is always based on Luka, so his matchup is going to be pace up because Denver has a higher pace than Dallas as one of the slowest teams, if not the slowest pace team. And if we look at Luka's matchup here, we've got minus 135 juice on the over 47.5 PRA. They've got it at 48.5 on Prizepicks. What a shocker. Taking all the value away per normal. But his 7.5 rebounds, they also have juice to 8, but at minus 146. I like both those looks. Let's take a look at Luka on the books or on the matchup and see what he's looking like. So against Denver, if we were looking just at, we'll look at fantasy points because that's the closest comparison to PRA. So we'll look at, I mean, he's kind of positionless, but we're going to look at the point guard, I guess, is probably fairest assessment. Actually, let's see what they list him as. So he is listed as their point guard. Okay, that's what I thought. So point guard versus Denver, top 10 matchup at averaging 50 fantasy points per game. That roughly translates to about 42-43 fantasy, or 42-43 PRA, because you're getting 1.5 and 1.2 for assists and rebounds versus just 1. Plus there's blocks and steals. Yes, there's turnovers too, and Luka is turnover heavy, but that's not relevant because we're not playing his fantasy score. We're just using this as a comparison and a baseline for his PRA. So also, Luka is not average. Luka is so far above average. And this is the average line, 49.3 fantasy points. All right, so let's look at just the rebounds now versus Denver and see where that lands. Also, top 15, giving up an average of 5.66 rebounds per game to the point guard. Luka's is considerably over that. But again, Luka is far from average. I personally would be looking at the PRA line today. Again, I wasn't really prepared to give this as a play. This is really a fallback play. I don't see this game blowing out. The spread is, I think, 5 points right now. He's been right in the 31.5 wheelhouse. So again, if we're coming in, since I'm giving basically backup plays, these are the two best values that I can kind of find on short notice. So unfortunately, guys, I'm sorry that the plays were bumped kind of mid taking care of all this and lost the two plays that had some amazing value today. Another one that I do have a lean on is Killian Hayes and his 5.5 assist. He's hit this consistently. No Butler defense, not that he would have matched up with Killian necessarily, but no Butler defense helps. If we look at Killian's matchup, Detroit versus Miami, so we got the shooting guard, assist versus Miami, and it's a top 3 matchup at 5.5 a game. So that's another look you can look at. That was a Patreon play today, but the line value is going down with that one. If we took a look at Killian's real quick. At 5.5 assists, he's minus 120 to the over, minus 110 to the under. He was about a minus 135 earlier this morning, so he's slowly going down in value. Nothing that's a lock for sure. So, again, these were my morning first looks. One other play in that game that I will throw you real quick too. If we look at Jaden Ivey on a lean on his first half, I think it was Ivy. I'm sorry, it was Bogdanovich. And I think we have Ivy too. So Bogdanovich points on a lean for the first half. He's minus 110 on his points on the whole game. So it's not a bad look because the matchup is good. Let's see if Ivy was the other one. It was. So Ivy's PRA first half on the possibility of a blowout here. Also less likely with Jimmy being out. But this is another look that I don't mind. If we look at Ivy really quickly, and his PRA, it's 50-50 coin flip, -114 to the over, -116 to the under at 23.5. So you're actually getting about a point of value at the 11.5. So I really don't mind that look. If anything, I would say that's probably my favorite look of the ones that I had to give as backups. 11.5 PRA first half for Jaden Ivey, and the Shout Taco, I guess. The rest of these three are kind of just backup plays, but they're definitely leans worth looking into. So with that being said, guys, if you're going to tail today, definitely wish you the best of luck, and I'm sorry the plays that I wanted to come to you with got bumped. But yeah, best of luck, and until the next one, guys, peace.